I'm TJ from Thread and Taught. In this video, I will be walking you through a Google Sheet I use to track quilt kits and UFOs in a way that feels calm instead of overwhelming. This tracker is not a productivity system. It's not about finishing everything. It's just an easy way to see what you have, what you're working on, and what you've finished without guilt. When you open your copy, start on the Start Here tab. The most important thing to know is you only need project names for this to work. Everything else is optional. The About This template tells you what it is not, and how to use it successfully. The UFOs tab is the heart of the system. Add a project here when fabric is cut, sewing has started, or you've committed to something like a block of the month or sew along. You'll notice we have a project name, a start date, a target finish date, status. Status has been left intentionally simple. You have not started, cutting, sewing, quilting, binding, and finished. Sewing is a catch-all phrase for piecing, paper piecing, applique, machine embroidery, basically anything on the quilt top. You also have a priority, which you can set to low, medium, or high. Percent complete, notes, project type. In project type, you have standard, block of the month or BOM, sew along, and seasonal. You also have some block of the month check boxes, active now, and finish date. So we will go back to project type. If a project is a block of the month, you're going to set project type to block of the month. You'll see monthly check boxes. As you check them, the percent complete updates automatically. You'll see check boxes on every row. That is normal. They only matter if the project is marked a block of the month. So you'll notice here, if I check the block of the month for number 5, you'll see here when I check BOM 5 that the percent changes to 42. Block of the month 6, 50%. There are 12 check boxes in all. If you're using standard, sew along, or seasonal, you will update manually how much you have finished of the project. Active now. Active now is a column where you limit yourself to 1 to 3 projects you're actually touching or working on right now. This isn't a rule, it's just a focus tool. Finish date, you will, whenever you finish a particular project, you will click here to add the date that you finished your project. Quilt Kits tab. The Quilt Kits tab is inventory. Fabric on the shelf, in a closet, or wherever you're housing your unused fabric or kits. You have a kit name, date acquired, or if you were given it, if you know the purchase date, you can add that here. A colorway or pattern, pieces included. So like the baby quilt kit, I have fat quarters and background, and for my throw, I have a complete bundle. Status, again, has been set simple. You have stored, just inventory, assigned, a pattern or purpose has been chosen or used. The fabric has been cut and the project lives in the UFOs. Once you're sewing a project, the kit becomes a UFO. You can keep notes and kit size. Kit size ranges from small, medium, and large. Next, we're going to go up to the Quilt Helper. The Quilt Helper is located in the toolbar to the right of Help. Everything helpful lives under the Quilt Helper menu. You have Move Selected Kit to UFO. This creates a UFO project from a kit. The kit stays listed as inventory, but the work moves to the UFOs tab. So I'm going to show you on this sample bed quilt. I'm going to highlight the row, go to Move Selected Kit to UFO. It says moved 1 kit to UFOs with start date set today. And you will notice that the status turns to assigned. We're going to go back to the UFOs tab. And you'll notice that they added a row here for the sample bed quilt starting today with a status of not started, medium, 0% complete, and then it gives you notes that this is from a kit. Next in the quilt helper is suggest a kit to start. If you don't know what to start next, you suggest a kit to start. It looks at which kits are already assigned and how long they've been waiting or have been in your inventory. It suggests start and finish dates. These are not deadlines, just guidance. So I'm going to click suggest a kit to start. And it has selected the baby quilt kit because it has been assigned. It's a small kit and it's going to give me 14 days to finish. Each size, small, medium, and large, have different amount of days. It gives me a proposed start date of February 3rd and a target finish date of the 17th. So it says move this kit to UFOs and set the proposed dates. You can click yes. It says move the sample baby quilt kit to the UFOs. And it has added it here. It gives me that start date that it said, that target finish date. It on the other screen, it told me to make sure that I changed the status. It always comes in as not started, medium priority, 0 complete, and from the quilt kit. The next thing in the quilt helper is monthly focus. In the monthly focus, it selects up to 3 projects based on priority and how long they've been waiting. It will never select any empty rows, only real projects. So I'm going to click monthly focus. You have to be on your UFOs tab. And it has selected the sample block of the month, the bed quilt, and the baby quilt kit. And when you go to those rows, you'll see that they have placed check boxes in the active column. The next one in the quilt helper that I want to go to is mark selected as finished. When a quilt is done, you can select the row and click mark selected as finished. This updates the status and percent in one step. So let me show you that. I'm going to select the block of the month quilt, go to the quilt helper, mark selected as finished, status changed to finish, 100%. It changed it manually because I didn't finish the check boxes. And then over here, I need to put the date that I finished. You must always add a finish date if you use mark selected as finished. The next item in the quilt helper we're going to go to is done this year page. This is a celebration page. A quilt appears here only if status is finished, there's a finish date, and the date is in the current year. Each year this refreshes automatically. Nothing is deleted. This is just a yearly overview. If you want to keep a past year, just duplicate the tab before running it again. So I am going to click done this year. You'll notice, so you'll see here it shows the 2 items that I finished. Remember, they have to have a finish date, the project type, and any notes. This did move out of order. All you have to do is move it back to the end. Next one in the quilt helper is create printable dashboard. The printable dashboard creates a one-page overview you can print and keep near your sewing machine. I like having this visible without opening the entire spreadsheet. So I'm going to click create printable dashboard. It says it has updated. And it tells me how many UFOs I have, how many I've finished, and the percent. So my monthly focus are these 2 because I finished the block of the month, and then it has that these are still active projects. So once you check that the UFO has been completed or finished, remember to remove the active now checkbox. And you'll see again that this has moved. You can just move it back down to where you want it in your list. The version you'll get includes sample rows so you can see how things work. If you want a completely blank sheet, use Reset Sample Data in the Quilt Helper. It only removes sample rows. Once you've started using the template, you don't need to think about the reset again. This tracker is meant to support your sewing, not manage it. Use what helps, ignore the rest, and make it your own. You'll find the free copy link below. I'm TJ from Thread and Taught. Happy quilting!